What up, peeps? Welcome to the Kisscapades podcast. I'm your host, John Stellah, aka the Kissbandit. And in this show, we explore the key elements that shape our fulfilling existence, from health and well-being to financial success, meaningful relationships, and the pursuit of happiness. We cover it all. Our guests include experts, professionals, and everyday individuals who have remarkable stories to tell. Tune in to learn practical tips, gain valuable insights, and discover strategies for personal growth and transformation. Whether you're seeking to improve your health, build your wealth, enhance relationships, or find lasting happiness, we got you covered. Welcome to today's episode. Another amazing episode with, of course, another special guest. So, Stella, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
So now, I know, let's start off with just introduce yourself, tell people what you do, and then we'll just take it from there.
So, hi guys, my name is Stella Waithera Mogashia. I am a female graphic designer. I won't say where.
Yeah.
Just for the protection services.
Because you might be moving to a different company. Never know.
I know. So yeah, I'm a female graphic designer, but I'm also generally a creative. And I also have a low-key podcast called Unbound Podcast.
Unbound Podcast.
Yes.
What's Unbound Podcast all about?
So Unbound Podcast is a podcast that allows you to talk about your sexuality without being bound. Like you have the freedom to tell people what you actually do.
Yeah.
Your experiences. You're not bound to anything at all.
Yeah.
Like, just say what you want to say.
Have you been consistent with your episodes?
Well, after being fully employed, no. I think it's been a 1-year break. We only did 2 episodes. Actually, 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Episode 2 has 2 parts. And then we recorded a few more, but we didn't edit. So there are a few more that need to be released afterwards.
Come on, give the people what they want.
I will.
Did you
promise.
Did you get good response from the?
I got good feedback.
Yeah.
I also got a few negative feedbacks. Not bad feedbacks.
Yeah.
But more of a, you need to change this, you need to add this, you need to reduce this. Yeah.
But I think even like for me, what I would tell you with podcasting is like, if somebody is giving you their opinion on that, it has to be someone who has a podcast. What those people were saying that, do they have podcasts?
Not really.
So,
Apart from one.
Yeah, okay. If it's somebody who's like genuinely has a podcast and stuff. But for me, I'm always like, just hit that record button and roll. Because when you're starting, it's always confusing because you're not sure what lane to pick, if I'm supposed to use this format, how am I recording, how do I do output. But after you do like 10 or 12, you'll figure it out.
Okay.
But now, before we just dive into like the details and everything, let's now, because you said you're a graphic designer.
Yeah, I'm a graphic designer.
It's something that you love.
It's something that I really love. I really enjoy doing graphics, to be honest. It's something that I never thought that I'll find myself into. And then eventually I started doing it as a freelancer. And then over time, it became something that I really enjoyed doing. Yeah. Now, when I look at myself, especially after being employed, the amount of experience that I have right now, if I take it out to the industry generally, it's different from when I was doing it like 2, 3, 4 years ago.
Is something you studied in school?
I weirdly did it as a unit, not as a course. I did mass communication as a course. I did mass communication as a major and film as a minor. So, yeah.
So content creation right now at this point, once you have like those 2 few basics, it becomes slightly easier.
Yeah.
And fun fact for those people who don't know, like I was actually a graphic designer.
You are?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I was. I did a couple of years in advertising, did Scanad. I did, yeah.
Oh my God.
I did Scanad, I did Thompson, I did Ogilvy. And the space that I'm in right now,
You're okay.
Yeah, I'm good freelancing, but of course, I think advertising, what it did for me, it created like a strong backbone, because now after you're done with advertising and you want to move to something else, you're more resilient. You can't start crying about at long hours or there's too much work, because when you're doing corporate, like if it's like a company like Safcom, it's back-to-back graphics every single day. So I think that made me more, like now when I'm doing something like of my own, like I don't know, I won't put all my details out there, but when I'm doing my business, my podcasting and everything, like I go really ham because advertising made me like more resilient. But that's just a story for another day. Now let's get to the nitty gritties. I think you saw an episode. Not I think, I know you saw an episode.
I did.
And you're like,
that is me as well.
You can relate to this.
I can really relate.
Okay, so now let's just dive into the details. We'll just try to make sure like the 1 hour mark is good and, we give people the information that they need, they've been interested in, and hopefully like you'll connect to more different people, because the episode that I put out connected to you.
Yes,
and you're like, you know what, I also have stories to share. And contribute, however you contribute to it, like let's just do it. So now, why? Because specifically, like just even for your podcast, because I know it's like through your personal experiences and stuff. Why do you think, like, let's say, it's adult sex education? Because it's not sex education. This is just adult sex education. Because now we're taking it slightly to a notch higher. Why do you think it's necessary? Before we dive to more details,
I think it's because most people don't know how to please each other. As in sex, penye imekwa out there, it's more like, it's basic. But we need to explore more. Sex is more than just missionary and just diving into it. There's more to sex than just
old school people would be like, Kwani, what do you guys, what more do you guys want? And like even for you as an individual, what would you consider, what's normal sex to you?
Normal sex to me is like, okay, you're horny, I'm horny, we need to do it. Let's do it. Okay, I wouldn't call it abnormal sex, but let me just phrase it as
upgraded.
Upgraded sex is when you take time to understand what your partner needs or what your partner wants. So there's that foreplay part. Foreplay doesn't necessarily have to be we're in bed together. Foreplay can start from we are texting, this is what I want, this is what I need, this is who I am.
Hey, let's, no, don't just say this is what I want. This is what I want. Like, what are we talking about? Like,
probably I might have just, let me just give a scenario.
Yeah.
I might have just popped into a porn video and I decided this is what I want to watch today. And maybe that is exactly what I want from you.
Yeah.
So if maybe you're choking me or you're tying me up or you're using a vibrator on me, I'll tell you that's what I want tonight or that's what I want today. And on the other side, I expect you to
do like homework kidogo on that. Like,
do your homework. I'll send you the link. Watch it.
That's what, you need to practice.
Exactly.
Or this is what I'm expecting.
I'll place it on the table.
Yeah.
You just watch it. Take your time to watch it. Analyze the whole scenario.
Yeah.
See how things are. And then if you need something from me, I will definitely share it and tell you. You will share it with me and I'll watch it and then I'll be able to fulfill your fantasies.
Yeah.
I see it as that. So I take my time to analyze things, especially when it comes to sex. So if...
that's my assistant. And the other one is my editor. And the other one, who's the other one? Do you give her a title? Okay. Yeah, no, because, I mean, she hasn't seen you, so the guest's supposed to know, like, okay, who's this moving around upper? Yeah.
So I prefer being open to sexuality. Tell me what you want. I'll also tell you what I want. And then eventually, when we come together, it becomes something that we've both fulfilled together. Ndo isikuwe ni kama...
Sitting room, there's a battery thing. You know how to Yeah, I'm listening. Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
Ndio isikue kama it's a one person thing. You know, people think that women are the only people who are supposed to be satisfied. No.
Yeah.
You can also satisfy your man. You can also become a dominant human being. I can also become a submissive when I want to. But personally, when I look at myself, I know I am both. I am a submissive. I am also a dominant.
Yeah.
So I take the two personalities together and combine them.
Okay.
So when I'm a submissive, I'm a submissive. And when I'm a
Submissive, to those people who don't know, I have a rough idea because, my guests educate me all the time. But being submissive in the bedroom, what are like just, what scenarios, situations, or what do you exactly mean by being submissive in the bedroom?
Being submissive to me means letting your partner take control of your body itself. So whatever choices that you make together is exactly what you as a person will do. So if I tell you today I want you to just fuck me, that is what I want. So I will become the submissive and you'll become the person in control.
So if it's turning you, you're just going with whatever they're needing.
Exactly, I'll do it.
Yeah.
When it comes to that moment, I let myself go. I don't let anything take control of myself.
Yeah.
So if it's any general pressure in life or around the situation, I let it go from the door.
By the time you're getting in the bedroom, I ingia hapo kwa bedroom like that.
Kwa bedroom,
yeah.
So I live in the moment. I live in the sexual moment. I let it become the moment at that time. So I let myself feel everything. The hands, the touching. If it's toys, I let the toys. I feel the toys itself.
Yeah.
I feel the strokes and everything else. So I let myself feel everything at that moment. I let everything go.
Everything here, that guys.
Yeah, man.
Let everything
go. Let it go.
Yeah. But now for these situations, like now the man, all his fantasies is just making sure he is experiencing them through you, because now for you it's like, I'm taking whatever is coming on my way. Yeah. Is there anything that's a bit exciting when you're being submissive? I'm sure at the back of your mind you're hoping like, I hope he does this when you're being submissive. Like, okay, so like what would be like your kink when you're being submissive?
Okay, sometimes
some of the things you'd want, like, okay, I wouldn't want him to miss this as much as I'm being submissive because it's his way now. So what are some of the things that you'd want to be?
Okay, some of the things that I hope that he doesn't miss is maybe, okay, I love being tied up. That's a thing. I really love being tied up. Like, just tie me up and take control. Like, even if my legs or my hands are both tied together, it's fine. Just you do what you want to do. Also, at the same time, if I know that you have toys, use them.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, you have toys, use them. Just don't use your hands.
But now with guys, and even like, remember, we're still on the submission part. We'll go to the dominance part, right? With like toys, that's the thing now. Like, there are so many different toys, but what kind of toys would you expect? Like, let's say you're going to your partner. Like, now, if it's a guy, you're going to his house. Like, are there some specific toys maybe like guys can explore and buy? Because when we're talking about toys, honestly speaking, I don't have toys. I have my 2 whips, I have 2 cuffs, I have a choker, rope. Why are you nodding your head? Oh, yeah.
You have been quite explorative.
So those 2 few ninis. But if you're talking about like toys, what are you talking about specifically for your case? Like toys that a guy can have to just spice them up when you're being submissive, because you mentioned on the submission part.
Okay, the most I've experienced is probably blindfolds, ties, vibrators. Especially, okay, there's I don't know how to signify them.
Yeah.
But I know how they look. There's the ultimate vibrator that has like multiple vibrations in them. And then there's the double one that helps stimulate your clitoris and your inside. Like,
that's the one that has like, Now you know.
Oh yeah, it's called.
But
I think
listen,
it's called a rabbit something. Rabbit
don't say I
vibrator.
think it's called a rabbit something. You know what it's called, first of all. And I was even trying to think, like, because even for today, I was like, should I tell her to bring, like, Nini on the card, Nini itself? It's here. So yeah, I wanted to tell you, like, if you want to, if you're comfortable enough, you can come with a toy that we can. Or did you? Maybe it's in your handbag in here. Maybe it's in the handbag end.
Okay.
I don't even know.
Weirdly enough, I've used them, but
Yeah.
I don't own any.
Really?
I don't.
Wait, so...
But I've been thinking of owning one. So it's been in the process.
It's something you're
Yeah,
thinking
it's
about.
something I'm thinking about. It's actually something I'm planning on getting.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So which sex toys, though? Now... Because, like you said, vibrators are different.
Yeah.
Remember, like, how when KRA, like, stopped, like, a whole shipment of Ninis, I was like, hey, this is a lot. So, but you're telling me now these are things that ideally it's the guy would own.
Yeah, he owns them. Or
Yeah.
he owned them.
Yeah.
But I don't have any. I think it's because back then not back then. Like a few months ago, I used to stay in my parents' house. So
Yeah.
having or owning a sex toy is... it's crazy.
It's like, hey, this house every evening, it sounds like a kinyozi.
Hey,
Like,
your mom will be like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? So after moving out, it became a thing that I've been constantly thinking about. I'm like, yeah, I want to own one. I want to have one.
Yeah.
I want to buy one. I even find myself just like scrolling through the internet. I'm like, okay, what's the best place to find a toy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but you've said the rabbit is the one that has like 2 notches
Double
and stuff.
penetration.
Yeah. So there is that. What else is there that you think maybe is like you've used and maybe it really spiced things up?
I've done whips. I've even gone to the extent of trying out THC lube. Yeah.
How's that?
If you hear me breathing, then it's like a higher notch. Because, if you're a constant smoker or a constant stoner, then if you add THC to your sexual life, it becomes a little bit more advanced. Because you feel everything.
Really?
You do.
Oh.
To me, I feel everything.
No.
So the moment I consume it, I feel double pleasure. Not that I don't feel horny when I'm normally myself. I do.
Hey, look at that smile. It's like, okay, even you can relate. Okay, so, just to be clear, because I remember like a weed experience sex. Okay, actually it was fun.
Weed is better than alcohol.
Really?
It is.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm asked, having sex when high on weed and having sex when you're drinking is different.
Okay, so weed is more pleasurable.
Yeah, weed is more pleasurable and more manageable because you can like it heightens your senses. You feel everything. You feel the touch. You feel the pleasure. You feel the orgasm. You feel.
You have your plug. Have you seen the she was? Hey, relax, because she was already in the zone. She's like,
I want to hear more.
And then she hears plugs like, no, I'm joking though. So heightens your senses. And alcohol, I thought alcohol does like this. Because alcohol, I can say, and that's why like people like maybe on Fridays and Saturdays, people go to clubs because it helps you like loosen up a bit. Like you're just not too uptight and it just makes you loosen up a bit. But now for weed heightens like your senses. When someone is touching you.
When I smoke weed, namse alafu anakuambia, oh manze, I feel like the wind is blowing and it's not even blowing.
Yeah. Oh, the food is nicer up here.
Exactly. Yeah, the food is nicer.
Okay, okay. Actually, that makes sense. But so now, my only issue with weed is like if you smoke it and I'm high, how do I reduce it? And I'm trying to be in the zone and also still enjoy the sex.
I think over the years, because I started smoking when I was 18.
At least legal age. You said 16, I'll be like, hey!
Where I started smoking when I was 18, and 18 felt like the right age for me to start one of these things.
Yeah.
The only thing I started early was alcohol. That I won't lie.
Started that? Okay. We're assuming not everyone is going to watch the podcast. Okay, sorry. So, let me rephrase this so that you can answer and still answer indirectly.
Okay.
At what age do you think most young girls start drinking?
Okay,
We're not talking about you. We're just saying hypothetically.
I think most start in high school, probably from 15. But personally, I started when I was 14. Yeah, 14 Apple.
Okay. And then, I have a follow-up question because, we'll just make this whole episode. We're just talking about, like I said, it's sex education for adults. Now, because you're drinking now at a slightly earlier age, no judgments, right? But does that influence how or when you start now being sexually active, or no?
No, I think it's a personal choice. Unless you are, I don't love using this name, unless you're dumb enough to not have your own brain.
Yeah.
But if you have your own brain, then you know that I am ready to do this. This is me.
Yeah.
So me, by the time I was starting my periods, I started my periods a little bit earlier. I was in class 4. Yes. So I started my periods in class 4. But since I didn't quite have a good experience with my first time, I started discovering things for myself, figuring out life for myself. So my first sexual experience was when I was 16. But before 16, I already knew about sex. I already knew about the penis, the vagina, the whole penetration session, the pregnancy, the STIs, the HIV. I already knew it.
At 16?
At 16.
Aye. Okay. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I was just being silly at 16 though.
And then at 16, I met someone who helped me discover more. And that's where I lost my virginity.
At 16?
At 16. At first, it felt like, oh my God, this is very hectic. It's very painful. It's more than what I'm used to seeing. Don't judge. I started watching porn way back, even before 16.
I know judgments here.
So by the time I was 16 and I had my first experience, I was like, okay, why? Why is it so painful? And then afterwards, good thing is I got someone who helped me through the process. It felt a little bit less painful after like a few minutes. And then over time, 17, 18, it became much better. So like a span of 1 year, I had taken like a break. 16, 17.
Because you're like, how comes when I'm seeing it in videos, people are having fun?
Yeah.
So how comes I'm not enjoying it?
Exactly. So at 18, after finishing high school, I did have sex.
Yeah.
But my first best experience was after 18. That was 19. When I was turning 19. And that first experience was like, oh my God. I remember I even lost my senses for like 2 hours. I don't even remember how I got home in the first place. I remember that day I received a call. Hi, how you doing? Okay, I'm good. Okay, can you come over to my house? I was like, yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Hey, I wasn't waiting for that. Like, that wasn't even in my head.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I experienced BDSM for the first time. Because I remember I received a text and I was like, okay, these are the code words. In case you need anything, or in case you feel like the pressure is too high, use blue. If you feel the pressure is too low, you can add red. So red means go higher. So I got to the place, nilipanda mpaka 12th floor. Just for sex. Oh my God. Imagine. I got to the house, there were no lights, but we still did it. So I was like, okay, now do what you want to do to me. So I was blindfolded, I was tied up. And by tied up, I mean both my hands and my feet were both tied together.
Wait, like this?
So, no, like this, and then the legs together.
No. Hold on.
Okay, take your legs, put them up,
Uh-huh.
like missionary.
Yeah.
And then your hands are tied. Then take your legs and tie them to the hands.
Oh.
Yes.
Before I trust someone to tie me up like that. Okay, sir, go on. Sorry. Go on with the story. Sorry. Uh-huh.
So, yes, I got tied up together. And I remember the only word I could use was red. Because I wanted to feel everything. It was too good to just say blue.
Oh, really?
Yes.
It was pleasurable.
It was too good to say blue.
Uh-huh.
So by the time we were done, I couldn't even go down the staircase. Mind you, it was a very weird situation because I was going back to my mama's house and I had to go back with a matatu.
Yeah.
So nakumbuka nikifika stage and the first question the makanga was asking me was, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
even in your face, yani, he was like...
Hey, man, I was too weak to even open my eyes. So the makanga was asking me, "Madam, uko sawa?" And I'm like, yeah. Niko poa. I'm just not feeling well.
Yeah.
Can we go? And then I was like, yeah. I remember I got back home that day and I just passed out. I didn't eat. I didn't drink water. I didn't do anything. I just passed out. Because it was one of my favorite experiences. Because that was the first time I ever experienced BDSM. And then over time, I watched content that helped me open up my brain. I also read books based on sexuality. And if there's one book that really helped me, it's called Bride's Submission. Bride's Submission is a book that entails content about BDSM. It's a school where people are taught how to be submissives and dominant. So that's where I learned how to submit and also become a dominant at the same time.
Because now I think also, as much as I think people would look at it as a stigma, they're afraid of having these discussions, I think even if you have a partner and they know they can't bring something up to you and like, yo, by the me, this is what I'm into. Like, Ati? What exactly? It's like, exactly. So, but even you just describing it like that and you're like, this was one of the best experiences that I've had. But do you think after you've experienced something like that, now you can go back to what people assume, like, the conventional sex, like, a commissionary quickie, and then, you just take your nap? Is that something you can even ever go back to after you've experienced something like that?
Honestly, even my personal quickies don't feel like quickies. They feel like actual sex.
Okay.
But I don't think I can ever be able to...
Explain before we go to... explain. How people will just be in the comments like, Umbona, why didn't you tell her to explain that? My quickie, and then it's just like...
Okay, quickies are meant to be like approximately maximum 10 minutes. If kama mmeenda sana, if it's a quickie, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But those 10 minutes for me feel like a whole 30 to an hour minute. Because the whole session, there's foreplay, there's pleasure, there's teasing, and then there's the actual fucking moment where you feel like, yes, you have taken control of my body, you have just destroyed my brain, and the only thing I feel like doing is just continuing. It's a quickie, but you want to keep going.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Every time I get a quickie.
Understood. That part I've understood now.
So I really, if you tell me we are doing a quickie, then it better be a worth it quickie.
Make it worth it.
Make it worth it.
So those two processes, like you said, teasing, foreplay. What's foreplay to you?
Foreplay. Okay, as I said, foreplay means by the time you're texting me and telling me come over.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to tell me what we are doing or what I want or what you want. So I tell you, man, I've been thinking about this for the past 1 week and I want this.
Yeah.
So if I want to be slapped, if I want to be spanked, if I want you to use a toy on me, I will tell you that. If you want me to do more, I will do. So if you probably tell me, hey, man, I want a blowjob or I want a massage, or probably I want a Rimjob, I will do it. I'll be comfortable enough to do it.
Hey guys. I see. Listen. But I think it's just it's so important for people to know. And also, but do you think most, like, just from how, because, like, I wouldn't know, like, from a woman's perspective there, like your friends and everything. Do you think all these things that you're mentioning, other women, it's something that they're also open to, but they don't know how to bring it out or express themselves? Or do you think most girls, because I wouldn't know what most girls are into. I know the pain thing right now is just something that people love. That I've just realized recently. I was like, hey, okay, so let me just buy some whips if that's what you're into. So, but me personally, me being whipped, I don't know if it's going to, I just don't love pain that much. But I know other people do like it. So, wait, what was my question before I forget? Do you think other women are open to such kinks, or it's just a few unique individuals? From even, like, let's say friends, people you've met, other, because girls have like the two girl talks, men have like their men talk and nini and stuff.
I've had a few discussions with a couple of friends of mine.
Yeah.
Most of them are more of like, hey, mini baby girl, napenda treat you like some lovable kind of a person. Just make love to me and I'll be okay. And very few people are open to the idea of, let's actually get kinky times 2. There's the kinky times 1. Kinky times 1 is more like, we're just doing it basic. And then kinky times 2 is like, we are taking it a notch higher. So most of my girlfriends are more, okay, sorry, I love you, but most of my friends are a little bit more basic. Sometimes I say things and they're like, wow, you did that. Wow, how did you even do that? Me and my boyfriend were like, we just do basic things. And I'm like, but this is me. This is where I've always been in the first place. Yeah. So having a group of friends who are more conservative becomes harder to just express your sexuality. So I say it so that guys get to know who I am. Yeah. And then eventually, if you are to sit down with me and have a discussion with me, I'll definitely say it. Nitaiongea.
You just know the details. And
conversation katikati takuwa, this is me. This is who I am. And
do you think, because even like those, once you introduce like such kinks, and even me, I'm just trying to think like for myself, there's some sexual experiences like once you have, like if you have just someone who's like into just basic, a few kisses and then missionary, Mazi, that shit is so boring. It's so boring, and it's unfortunate because you could actually like the person. And if that's not something that they can give you honestly, at some point you might find yourself going to look for that somewhere else.
What I always say is, just point out what you want when it comes to sexuality. So if your person is comfortable enough to accept it or consider it, then you are lucky or you're okay. I find it as luck because not everyone is comfortable doing it. Yeah. Like for the first time when I tried a Rimjob, for me it wasn't per se comfortable. And then I sat down and I was like, okay, I think I can do it. Yeah. So let me try it for the first time. And then over time I'm like, I'm finding it easier to do it. I'm the one actually suggesting it. Today I want to be the one to do it to you. So are you okay with it? And you're like, yes, let's do it. So,
is it more like what... are you also doing the milking technique there, John, was Nini? Because I know that one, a lot of people responded to that. So I have to ask, like, are you also using like the baby girl technique that John was like,
I think I started doing that, like, was it a year or 2 years ago?
Started doing what for people who are
a Rimjob or milking, the milking technique itself. So when I was first introduced
you baby girls, are you guys doing the milking technique? I'm Jafika huko.
So I wasn't the one who suggested it. Weirdly enough, he was the one who suggested it. And it was like, this is something common that happens in Europe or the USA. So do you think you're comfortable enough to do it? I was like, I've heard about it. I think we can do it. So the first time trying it, I was just an amateur. It's like when the first time when you're trying to lick pussy, you're an amateur. So that's the same thing. So when I started it for the first time, I was like, okay, this feels odd. And then over time, I was like, no, let me advance this. let me watch a few videos or find a few more content stuff that I can watch that will help me get to the point.
Yeah.
And then over time, it became something that I really enjoy doing.
It's pleasurable now to you also too.
Personally, I find it pleasurable. It makes me wet in a very weird way that I didn't even discover. It makes me times 2 horny to the point that now I'm in control. You're literally vulnerable. You cannot do anything. I have sucked you dry. I have just given you a nice Rimjob, and the only thing you can do is just say, just do it.
Okay, assistant, do you want to contribute anything to this, or you're keeping quiet on this one? She's like, hey, wait. Okay, so no, but that's interesting. That's what I'm saying. Like, such kinks, once you actually enjoy them, it's something now. Once you enjoy something like that, it would be real. Because now I've had even guys who are like, they don't even like blowjobs. I'm like, what?
There are also guys who don't like lick pussy at all.
Okay,
yeah. I have a friend who told me that. I'm like, how?
Okay, me, I'm selective. It's not something that excites me that much, but maybe because of bad experience. Yeah, but I'm sure with maybe somebody who's different, of course that Nini will always switch. Because also the one thing about just sexual connection and just intimacy in general, I think you just have to keep an open mind. If you're a closed book, trust me, you will lose that person. Because where else are they, honestly speaking, where else are they supposed to get this from? Because if you're not giving them, they have to go out.
Sure.
Yeah, they have to go out.
Because how I find it is,
yeah,
I'm not open to just sucking any dick or dream jobbing any man.
Yeah.
I'm more comfortable knowing who I am doing it with.
A partner, exactly.
So
makes sense.
So if you tell me you don't lick pussy, then how do you satisfy your personal person?
Yeah, true.
Or if you don't please your woman, then how do you guys do it? Do you just get into the action and then...
Yeah, man, just the usual thing now. For me, I don't think it can work because... And it's unfortunate because, like I said, you can meet people who are just you genuinely like, but once you get to the intimacy part and it's just
basic.
I think you even start looking at them differently. I'm like, sasa now, yes, during the day everything is good. And I think even that's where at times people need to understand it's not coming from a bad place. You find even married people at times step out. When they are stepping out, they're stepping out because of, it's always sex. Yeah. If someone's like, oh, he cheated on me, it was the sex.
Because I think one thing I promised myself as a human being or as a woman is even when I get into marriage or if I become a mother, I don't find myself in a situation where my husband is complaining that we are having a bad sexual experience.
Imagine.
Manze, tell me, hey babe, we need to escape from the kids. We will escape. We will go to whatever country or universe or whatever place we'll find ourselves in, just to find ourselves in the perfect sexual experience. As much as relationship is more than sex, I find that sex currently is the main factor.
It is.
It is a very major thing.
But also now, I don't know how you can address this because now you have probably women who say, let's say after they give birth to kids, they lose their sex drive. They're kind of not really excited about it as much as it was before they started having kids. And even think about it, there are a lot of other couples who after they have their first kid, now they start having relationship issues because of now maybe they can't have the intimacy that they used to have. Of course, now, and this is just biological and common sense, your wife has to go through a healing process. I wouldn't know, but I'm sure from women, you hear people having such discussions hey, after I had my kid, I no longer have probably the same sexual appetite. And now it starts bringing, now you can only imagine now, you don't have the same sexual appetite, plus you don't give head. So now, what's supposed to happen now?
Okay,
how would you address that?
I don't have experience when it comes to giving birth and losing the sex drive, but I feel like it's all about the communication and also finding a way to get yourself back to the root. You still find people who they've given birth to 7 kids, but they still have amazing sex. Because they've had the same experience for 7 years. They've had 7 kids. So that's like a span of 7 years of experiencing the same thing all through.
True.
So communicate. Tell your partner and say, me, I'm not feeling it. It's not happening for me. So what do you think we should do? Should we seek counseling, or should we try something different, or should we try a healing process just to get ourselves to that back to that level? So I feel like it's all about the communication. Tell me, I'm not feeling it. I'm not back yet. So what do we do? So because I think that sex is a two-way communication.
Yeah.
So tell me what you want. I tell you what you want, or back to back even.
Because even if I was to ask, what do you think is just the one reason, maybe, or the most common reason why people cheat? In general, what do you think is just the... Yeah, why tapped into me? Have you cheated on someone? What's that?
Maybe. Yes, okay. I have.
What was the reason?
The sex, maybe. And also the attention and the love and the consideration and the communication and everything else. So you find yourself, okay, maybe the person that gives you good sex is good at everything, communication, loving you, listening to your problems and everything else. And then now you currently have a partner who, of course, listens to your problems, loves you, but doesn't give you the best sexual attention.
Yeah.
So you find yourself in a situation where you're like, love is everything. People say love, but love is not everything. Love is, it's a strong word to use when it comes to relationships. But there's more to love than just a relationship. Or there's more than, okay, I don't know how to phrase it, but yes.
No.
There's more to it than just love.
Yeah, I get you. Now, of course, I also have, because, of course, we've mentioned the milking thing, right? People are really excited about that in the comments. So now, like, what other thing do you think is underrated, but people should try, like, in the bedroom, like, it's really exciting?
I think underrated is BDSM. Because I remember watching BDSM content in Pornhub, XS or X videos, and then I was like, this is not what I want. I want more than just...
In fact, hold that thought. And people, please don't come at me because I've just stopped her. Remember, the question is like about what other techniques or things people can introduce that are most underrated. Let's just go to top 5 porn websites, because clearly, that's where people go to learn and everything. Let's just mention like a few good ones.
So people learn from Pornhub, Xvideos, xnxx.com.
Yeah.
There's also digital playground? I think so. I don't remember the others though. I think those are my 4 major
top
ones.
3.
Those are 4.
4. Yeah.
They're 4
major ones that if you go, I won't be disappointed. I learned something new today.
Yes. So those are the main pages that I really consume. But the top 3 are the main ones. The 4th one is just an extra.
XNXX, Pornhub, and
Xvideos.
Xvideos. Okay. What category do you go normally? What's your go-to category when you're watching porn?
Massage. I really love massages before sex. Orgasms.
Massages like, oiling up.
Yeah, oil me
a
up.
Guy or you. What are we talking? You receiving or
both
giving?
Both directions. I love receiving and I also love giving. So if you tell me today it's all about me, I will give you that.
Really?
Yes.
What?
You want me to massage you? Today
Yeah.
it's all about you. I will give you a massage and I will also fuck you back. So I'll
Okay.
give you the full package.
Plus the happy ending
Plus
massage.
the happy ending
yeah.
massage.
That's nice.
So that's what I do. And if it's my turn, I'll tell you, man, I want a massage.
Yeah.
And I think the best massage I've ever experienced is where you see the massage gun, the one that people use after workouts.
The hell is that? I'm learning so many different things. Don't assume
Yes,
I know all these things. Me, I'm taking notes though. I'm taking notes, yeah.
There's a massage gun. Okay, yeah, it's a massage gun that's basically used after sports. So if you're a workout person,
Yeah.
I am, it helps.
I jog every day as well.
Exactly, it helps relax your nerves.
So is it something that hits
Yeah,
you
it
or something?
hits
I
you.
think, but I don't know exactly.
You don't remember?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't used it. I've seen people probably use it, but I haven't.
It's quite famous right now. It's
Locally available.
Very.
Hey, come on. We'll have to talk. Give me a plug or something. I just request.
I will. After this, I will.
Please.
So that was one of my favorite massage experiences because I remember, I honestly don't remember. I don't know how it felt.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember how it felt.
Yeah.
But I don't know how it got there. Because at first I was like, oh, this is just a basic massage.
Yeah.
And then we go to the happy ending. And then this massage gun just comes and you feel everything. So weirdly enough, I was getting it from the back because you start the massage part from the back before you come to the front.
Yeah.
So you have to lie on your belly. And I remember when the gun kind of reached somewhere behind.
Yeah.
Just right at the top of my back. Before my ass, I was like, Brabs, you're about to just receive something that you don't know.
That's massage gun, Vanna. Then I have to.
I was at this point, I was wet.
Yeah.
Nilikuwa na feel all the orgasm coming out.
Yeah.
And I remember I was moaning, and this was supposed to be a massage. But it was one of my favorite experiences, and I really loved it, and I really hope that I can experience it again. Yeah.
Okay, now, because I remember the chain of thought, so I haven't lost anything. So yeah, category massage, and then second category that you frequently, like if you're in a porn site, you'd go to?
I watch a lot of squatting orgasm content.
Really?
Yes. Because I orgasm a lot, I crimp a lot, and I also have squatted. But that was my first squat experience this year.
There's this whole debate about squat, because the debate is like, is it peace? Is it squat? Is it different? Is it the same thing? Because,
honestly, when I first had it, which was this year,
yeah,
it was my first time, I didn't know what to expect. It just happened. It just happened. I couldn't even feel it happen. It just happened. I can't even remember how it happened. I just remember opening my eyes and everything was on my face. Everything was just on my face. And I was like, okay, wow. So this is happening.
Yeah.
So I remember just laughing at it. I was like, oh my God, it's here. It's finally here. We are doing it.
Oh, and this is the first time ever?
Yes.
Okay, so that's
so
crazy
ever
experience.
since I was like, I've been like, hey, Connie, it's not coming back.
Yeah.
I think it just takes time to get there.
Okay, so squatting videos next. We'll just mention like three so that people are like, hey, sasa Connie. Hentai. Explain to people who don't know.
Hentai is more like, you see how Chinese have like animation movies.
Yeah.
So this is like Chinese sex in
so is it
animation
cartoons?
form. Yeah.
Wow. Cartoon sex.
I don't know why Japanese or Korean or Chinese sex is just so interesting.
Really?
It is. Because, okay.
First of all, First of all, all Chinese porn, Japanese porn, it's always censored on the parts. Correct or wrong?
I think it depends on where you watch it from.
Hey, okay.
Because I've seen things. I've seen actual things.
Yeah.
And the sites that I get to experience, especially when it comes to Japanese or hentai sex, I see everything.
Okay.
I see them doing the action, I see them doing the stroking, I see them doing the foreplay part, so I
Yeah.
get to see everything.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first watched the massage part, especially the Japanese massage, I discovered that these people have an actual oil that just gets you to become sexually high.
Really?
That even when they just touch you, you just go haywire.
Oh, is it? Oh, but now that's not the nini. They say THC.
Yeah, there's
lube.
THC lube,
Mhm.
but I think
It's not the
Korean,
same
yeah,
thing,
it's
right?
not the same thing because I
Okay.
think Koreans have something different or Chinese have something different. They have a specific like sensory oil that just gets you there.
Hey, okay. Hey, homework still. More homework. More,
More
homework.
homework.
More homework. And then also now we'll go back now, piggyback to the initial question, which was like things or maybe kinks that people can introduce that are underrated. Like what can people try maybe in the bedroom to spice things up that, you didn't know it's that exciting. Because even now, the way you've mentioned massage, I'm like, and now massage oils, nini, and that gun konza, that's something definitely. What else
No,
though?
no.
Yeah, I have to. No, that's you don't even have to say it anymore. What else do you think people can just try that? Even for you, tried it and you're like, hey, by the way, this is actually pleasurable. Because you've said massage, the Rimjob, and what else do you think can?
BDSM, but not every BDSM video
Getting
is
tied up
actually
now.
yeah. Not every BDSM video is BDSM video. Kuna that okay, if there's a series that I watched when I was in high school that really just catched my eye or just made me feel like, man, we need to go higher, was Submission. Submission actually has actual porn stars in it. It's really, I discovered that like after a few years after I finished high school, and then I was like, okay, yeah, that's her. Oh, she was in.
Yeah.
How the hell did I even get there?
Yeah.
But yeah, BDSM is something that I really, 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 really adore. But not, as I said, not every BDSM video is BDSM.
Yeah, true.
Because there's a way you can just access BDSM videos and they're pretty hardcore. Like super hardcore, and then you get scared and you're like, no, I don't.
Oh, you're like, so am I supposed to die now just trying to have fun?
Me, I've watched content and I was like, no, that's not my tea for today. We need to relax.
Because, and I think that's the thing with just even sex in general. Like now, if you're an open person, like you just have to understand your partner might come up with ideas, and then you can say like, okay, these ones I can handle. These other ones, just give me time, Kwanzaa, because I'm not here yet. Which is also like, to each his own though. And then now, because we've said things that you can introduce to spice things up, that's the only other one that you can. Anything else you can think of? Because we're going to festive season. A lot of people will be at home.
I think I'm more of an explorer as well. So sex in the beach, sex in a balcony, sex in the bathroom.
Okay, wait. Favorite sex position then? What's more pleasurable for you, position-wise, or even in general that you think maybe girls would enjoy? Because at times I even ask guys, we wouldn't know from the word go, and maybe if a girl doesn't tell us, we're like, me have enjoyed by the way, so now I didn't know this is what you wanted. So I mean, what sex position do you think are pleasurable, but they're underrated because people haven't tried them?
I don't think I have a favorite because I love experiencing everything. There are times I want to ride, and when I want to ride, I'm like, no, do not touch me, do not put your hands on me today.
Or
It's just me. So let me just be on top.
Oh, and then the guy just
let yourself experience it.
Okay.
And then there are times I want to be fucked in missionary. But when it comes to missionary, I don't mean just spread my legs out. Just let them out. Let me feel the depth inside, not just basic
but
missionary.
Something that you're also forgetting is like even having you also have like a dancer background, and I think we met at the Insta meet. Of course, I didn't know all this part. I didn't know all these other things, but even with that, I could tell you're just dancing, you're more athletic and stuff.
Yeah.
You're somebody who's active. I can say you're active. Your body's active. Either you exercise, you dance a lot. But you know that not all chicks, you'll start stretching their legs if you're kamba and nini.
No, just women are they're less flexible in the gym, and then when it comes to bed, they're more.
Oh, really?
You've never heard that?
No.
Hey.
No, and I'm just, listen, I'm just...
Unaweza kaa tu hivi chini ufikire demu wako yuko flexible, alafu umweke kwa kitanda, and then she's like all out. And then all of a sudden you just become surprised and you're like, how did she even get there? But yeah.
Okay, that's nice. That's all the information that we need to know, as long as it's, being told to us. And I'm seeing we're almost hitting like 1 hour already. But, we'll just try and we can do maybe probably 15 more minutes. Okay, so now where else do you think people can just find information about sex? Because I think when people hear someone talking about sex or researching more about sex, they think this person is like a pervert. But honestly, it's just educating yourself so that you know how you can pleasure your partner or even experience things that you haven't experienced before. Where can people apart from, because porn, yes, you can watch, and at times maybe porn is just too hardcore. You can imagine old school parents, someone is being caught in the office trying to learn something that they can go and actually experiment with their partner. We've had incidents where professors are caught with a projector playing some porn and students are in the hall with them. But where else can people just find information about sex to educate themselves? And
I think also reading about sex is important, because I think we have sex coaches or people who talk about sexuality generally. If there's one person I find a little bit more, okay, not a little bit, he's more open about it, is Rex. Rex Poet is quite open about sexuality. I think, okay, you can just check out his page. It's called Rex.
Okay.
Rex is quite open.
Is he Kenyan?
Yeah, he's Kenyan.
What?
Rex is quite open about sexuality and being yourself as a person, being open to who you are. So if you're open about sexuality, just say it, talk about it.
Okay.
And he also has a podcast himself. So.
I'll try inviting Pierre on the podcast. Also, something that I wanted to ask, is there something that you haven't experienced and you're trying to look forward to experiencing it as you just are in this sexual exploration journey?
Something I haven't experienced.
Yeah.
I still haven't experienced sex on the beach. Man, I want to do that. It's part of my bucket list.
Okay, yeah. That you can take it off your list, Nini, because in December, if you go to Diani, Nini, the partner or someone.
I've never been to the coastal sides either way, so.
Never?
Never.
Yeah. People save up to come to our country to go and experience our beaches. If you go and see Watamu with your eyes like this.
Sadly.
No. That's unacceptable by the way. But you can still get it off your list. That's something that's more achievable.
Yeah, okay. I think I've experienced a few more, a lot of things generally.
Yeah.
If I have anything in my bucket list, maybe through watching, nilikuwa na watch, ama akili yangu imefikiria nataka tu hii. And then it just clicks.
Introducing a third party to your partner, is that something that... You don't have to. We don't have to talk about anything that you don't have to. We can always save to another episode, but it's something that... Because I remember from the previous guest, she talked about she was if I'm seeing someone, and this is what she said by the way, if I'm seeing someone, they need to be open to me bringing other girls into the bedroom occasionally. I was like, there's somebody who can be against that. They're some people wouldn't. I'm like, what? I'm just chilling at home. You're like, by the way, Friday night, what are you doing? I'm coming with a friend. I was like, I'm not leaving this place. Guys will be calling me like, I'm going to see my girlfriend today. Don't distract me. I'm focused. Yeah. So is that something, you can touch on?
It's something.
Or what are your thoughts?
It's something I have done. So the first time I tried it, it was from him.
Yeah.
I'm not dating. Sorry, I'm single, very single.
Yeah, those DMs, guys. After you say that, hey guys, it's like, hey.
But when back then when we were doing like the whole sexual experience time, because I think the first time I experienced like a threesome was during the COVID session.
Yeah.
And I remember my mom used to call me, "Where are you? Uko wapi? Unajua kafi iko karibu
I'm stuck
kufika."
somewhere.
But deep down I know, manze, I'm in a threesome and I don't want to stop this thing.
Yeah.
So that was the first time I ever experienced a threesome. And then eventually it evolved to a foursome the following day. A foursome. So it was 2 guys, 2 ladies.
Okay.
But it was something that we had discussed. So it was hi. So are you comfortable me bringing in someone else? Because I know that you're a bisexual. So are you okay with it? And I was like, yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Who being bisexual now, guy or chick? Because
Both of us are bisexual.
Who? Both girls?
No, me. Okay, all of us. No.
Or like
girls.
the whole squad, like
only the other guy wasn't bisexual.
Oh, wait. So, okay, no, just tell the story by the now. I don't want to confuse people.
Okay, let me give a situation. Maybe you're the one who's dating me.
Yeah.
And then you come with a story. Hey, man, I want to bring in someone. Are you okay with it? I'm like, yeah. So you bring in your friend or someone that you know that will be conversant with it. So you bring a lady and a gent. And I'm okay with it. But the gent that you bring is not bisexual.
Okay.
So the lady is bisexual, I'm bisexual, and you are bisexual.
Where?
Yes.
Okay.
So the first time we did a threesome, it was between me, the guy, and the guy.
Okay.
And then afterwards, the lady, and the lady. And then afterwards, it was me, the lady, the guy, and the lady. Yeah, and the guy. So 2 guys, 2 ladies.
Okay.
The foursome.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, like a few couple of months later or a few years later, then we did another one where it was 2 guys, but the other guy was a little bit more gayish or let's say bisexual. So he was open to the idea of, let's do it. But I was the only one who was like, okay, it's fine, let's do it. But this guy is gay, so why?
Because you're like, but this guy is gay. No, but
I will. At the end of the day, I did receive the pleasure, but I didn't get the pleasure from the other person because I can't disrespect his decisions. I have to respect who he is as a person.
because him is just into guys.
He's just into guys.
Wait, so if he's into guys and there's another guy in the room, he's also smashing the other guy?
So my previous guy was smashing the other guy. And he was also smashing me. So he was smashing 2 people, the guy, the lady.
Hey, guys, you guys are hardcore by the Hey, yo, John, you need to catch up here.
It's easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
It takes time before you actually accept it. But eventually, we discovered that that's not something that we really wanted, and then we just ditched it.
Oh, okay.
So
you are like, okay, this is not our thing.
Yeah, so eventually we stuck to, if we want a threesome, then we're going to stick to 2 ladies or 2 gents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I get you. Yes, listen, what a way to wind up the podcast. I'm like, hey, and how had I forgotten this by the way? How did I forget this? But yeah, that's also, and I think that's the thing now, all about like just talking about such things, because I think also like I had a guest who was bi, and then who else? A girl who was dating someone, and the guy was bi-curious. So I think first of all, just educating yourself on like what you like, your cup of tea. You're like, this is not for me. This is something that I enjoy. You already know. So even after doing like all that, so what would you be more comfortable or open to, like just doing, but this other one you'll just be like, I'm 50-50 when it comes now to group sex. What's something that you're more open to and something that you're like, this one, or even just say like what you're open to. Forget about the other one that you don't like.
Okay. What I'm more open to is when someone knows what they're doing. When it comes to sexuality, I get really bored or I get dry faster when I discover that you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like it really turns me off from the word go.
Yeah.
Because I've had sex with ladies, I've had sex with gents. And I know how it feels. I can tell that you don't know this thing. Like you're trying it for the first time. But you come with so much confidence. Say, I can do it.
Yeah.
And then when we get to the bed, I'm like,
what is this now?
What are we doing? Are we really doing it or you're just forcing it? Also, I get really bored fast when you keep having conversations. We're having sex. We are doing it.
Yeah.
Let's stop having conversations where you're telling me, hey man, it looks like you're really bored. Why don't you feel like you're feeling it?
Or during.
You're turning me off.
Yeah, like just do your thing. Yeah, stop playing. Yeah.
Because what people don't understand is when it comes to being turned on or when it comes to getting there, it takes time. It doesn't have to be an actual fast thing. Ati, manze nimekuona, nimefeel. Ama tumeanza foreplay, nimefeel. No, it takes time.
Yeah.
Sex is, as I said, sex is an art and a game. And it also can become a form of musical rhythm, where you have to form a pattern and a rhythm and form beats and then get there.
Yeah.
So it takes time to get there. It doesn't really have to be really fast at an instant thing, no.
Yeah.
It takes time.
Relax, build up, enjoy the process.
Yeah, maybe unwind. You can even have a whole conversation. I know we came here to do it or to fuck, but let's first have a conversation. Make me feel relaxed. Tell me to have a shower.
Yeah.
Give me maybe a t-shirt or a pair of pants or socks.
Yeah.
Like make me feel at home. That thing will definitely turn me on faster.
Yeah.
But when I come to your house and we're like, we're doing it. Take off your clothes. Let's do it. Let's fuck. I'm like,
relax.
Hey, man, say relax.
Relax.
No, I first want to drink water, maybe shower or pee or even smoke or even drink. Depending on,
Just depending on, but just relax kidogo as we get to it.
But, man, I'm also turned off by possessive people. Being too possessive makes me feel like...
During or after they've experienced something with you?
All through.
All through how?
Like, I've had an experience where... I think the only experience I've had was during, where they were like, no, I want to take control. Man, I'm always the dominant person. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Hold up. I can also become dominant.
Yeah,
I
relax.
also want to take control and please you at the same time.
Yeah.
Because I'm one person who believes that if we want to have sex, then I have the authority or I have the actual permission to give you the same pleasure back.
Yeah.
Not only you giving it to me. Because it won't make sense.
You being dominant, what are some of the things you do while being dominant?
Me being dominant.
Because you could be like extreme. Hey. I'm like, hey, wait. Maybe there's a reason. Back the guy's like, hey. No, let me just handle this because you just get carried away.
Well,
you see, like, no, you see.
I think the most dominant thing I've done is blindfolding someone, letting them just become who I am when I'm submissive. Like they are not. You've already told me what you want. Now all that you're allowed to say is yes and no.
Okay.
So tell me what you want. Does it feel right? No. Should I add something? Yes. So me being dominant is me taking control. I have the authority to fuck you back.
Fuck me back? How?
Fuck me, as in I'm fucking you back. The same way you fuck me.
Are you talking about a strap-on?
No.
Okay, yeah, thank God.
No.
Hey.
So since I'm open to Rimjobs and the milking technique just as Joanne, I will definitely lick your ass, make you orgasm through your ass. Okay. I will give you a blowjob, I'll give you a hand job. And then now when I turn you over, your hands should not be anywhere around my body. That means I am allowed to ride you, reverse it, ride you from the... Is it the back
reverse cowgirl?
Yeah, exactly. Reverse cowgirl.
Yeah.
And your hands are not supposed to touch me. And when
just
I say exactly, and when I say do not remove your blindfolds, please do not remove your blindfolds.
Yeah.
Just let me do it.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, you'll be thankful. I promise you'll be thankful.
It sounds like a thankful session by there, because I'm like, okay, by then, but that makes sense. And I think most guys, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can only imagine how many people, like, yes, they're even in relationships, but sexual frustration just because their partner can't do this, they're not open to this. Because even the things that you're talking about, like, I think that needs someone who's active. Have you ever seen someone who's just lazy? And you just know from the word go, yes, even if we're going to have sex, this person might not be able to. Because, yeah, when you're talking about riding, how many people can do, like, those squats?
Hey, wait.
How many?
Do you think I was very conversant with doing that like a few years back? No,
Oh.
I actually had to learn it. Like
Yeah.
I had to. Okay, most of the content that I've learned from is through watching.
Yeah.
And as you said, I'm also very fit, so I work
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
And it helps me become a little bit more flexible to the idea. So through watching, I discovered, hey, manze, so if I do this, it actually makes this person feel like this. Okay, let me try it for the first time. So when I suggest it and I try it, I'm like, oh, so you loved it the first time. Okay, we can do it like another few more times.
Yeah.
And then it gets there. I also do it to myself so that I'm able to know where it feels, like how it feels.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know we have the notion of, masturbation is like a whole
Taboo.
taboo.
You'll burst into flames by the way.
But after trying it and then discovering,
Yeah.
this is how I feel when I touch myself.
Yeah.
And this is where the spot is.
Yeah.
So the next time someone touches me, I need to direct them to that exact spot.
Yeah. Actually, that's also a good thing. Because at least if you're telling someone, because somebody could be trying their best, but if they don't know this is where they're supposed to get to, it's still pointless. Because, yes, it's the thing that you wanted, but now they're still not getting to their spot. So,
There's also a point where I had someone say, hey, man, hey, my man does not use lube on me or oil on me. I'm like, So what happens when you get dry?
Yeah. But you see, that's the unfortunate part because, and you can tell these are people who don't communicate. Yeah, because now if she's dry, you just keep on like, first of all, she might still be there, but clearly it's not enjoyable for her. But she might just be there trying to still please you. Hey, lube is a must. You just have to have
Hey, lube is a must.
Yeah.
Also, another thing that maybe I have tried that would be really awkward to people is period sex.
Yeah. Okay. No, talk about it now.
Okay, period sex it's not too comfortable for maybe the lady and also the man, especially if you're quite afraid of blood, because I discovered that's something that people are afraid of.
Me red. Once I see red, I just don't know. I don't know.
So when I first, not when I first.
Yeah.
So when I first said that I was in my periods, and then the first word I had was like, is that even a thing? I was like, okay.
Surely.
So what do you want?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, see, I have condoms and we have lube. See, we can do it. I was like, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
you're open to it? Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
And then over time, when I tried it, I was like, okay, now it actually feels good.
Oh, it's enjoyable?
It's very enjoyable. To me, it calms my cramping, if I'm cramping.
Oh.
Also, if maybe I'm towards the end of my periods and then we do it before my periods, my periods kind of just go shut.
Hey.
They just like disappear.
See, that's also
I don't know
for
how that
educational
happens.
purposes. Now people are getting to know like more about.
Yeah, period sex is not that nasty.
Yeah.
It just needs you to be careful about it.
Careful.
Just make sure that if you're used to doing it raw when you're on your normal day,
Yeah.
find something extra, a condom.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it only makes sense.
Or if you need to get fingered somewhere in between, get gloves. Do it.
Hey, because me, it sounds too hardcore, man. It just sounds too hardcore. I'll be like, you know what? Like, let me just be patient, by the way.
It's fun.
Let me just be patient, Kwanzaa, and wait. Because now I'm just talking about like blood. I can only imagine until blood and then it's raw. I have to be gangster, by the way.
And I've never done it raw. I've only done it with a condom.
Yeah.
And it felt nice.
Oh, okay.
It felt really pleasing. I actually wanted more, but then I was like, we are already there. We've already reached the climax. We cannot do more.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, let's just say I've had my own fair share. I've had my own fair share of normal sex and sex when on my period. So I never miss sex during
At it
that.
just because you're on your
I
periods.
also want to have sex when I'm pregnant. Just don't pity me because I'm pregnant. Why?
You're being careful because you're carrying another human being there. What do you mean?
No, pin me to a wall and just destroy me if you want to. I know we are pregnant, but
Yeah. Uh-huh.
people do get horny when they're pregnant.
That's true. And I've had even that's where most women can just be really horny during that whole session. But just keep an open mind, whether you're in a relationship, married, and just educating yourself more on sex. I think it still seems like it's cheeky because you're an adult and you're like, hey, we're still talking about sex, But if you think about it, everyone is just having sex. That's how you got here. That's how you got here. So just understand, even those old people that you see somewhere with a newspaper, Evie, they still get horny, they still have sex.
Are those judgmental anxieties or
yes.
Those ones are the worst.
Those are the people that you catch if you're like, and then this guy was like,
kwa news, so mama nani aliyekwa.
Exactly. No, that's true. So now I can see we've hit 1 hour, 15 minutes, and I do want to have this conversation for the longest time, but I think we should just save it for a part 2, of course.
We will.
What did you think of the episode so far?
It was fun, interactive.
Yeah.
At least I got to say what I do or who I am generally.
Yeah.
And I'll really love it if people can say what they feel about the whole episode generally.
Yeah.
Or how they feel about their sexuality. I'm really conversant about the idea of not being scared. Say what you want to say, by the way.
Yeah.
Don't let anyone judge you when it comes to sexuality.
Yeah.
Because I think that's one thing that makes people scared about being open about their sexuality. There are virgins, there are normal people out there who maybe had sex or not had sex. If you've had a bad experience, please advance. It's very important. If you've never had sex, also take in the information and maybe...
So that you know what can be, make even your first time more pleasurable maybe because, you never know. Maybe you're just freaking out for the first time. Your body's not reacting the same way it's supposed to react for someone who's already used to having sex. So.
Yeah, and also if you're not communicating about your sexual life, please do. It's very important.
Yeah.
Because it helps build a better sexual and a better relationship generally in your life.
Yeah.
So if you're dating someone and you're not communicating about your sexual life, then you need to start now. It's very important.
True.
Yeah.
I respect that. So now, listen, tell people where they can find you. They can ask you all these other questions because I'll still call you for a part 2. And for me, honestly, you reaching out and us doing the episode, I respect that, and I really appreciate you just taking your time to come and just talk about these crazy, nasty things that we have. And we can always do it again. So tell people where they can find you, and if you have anything else going on that you'd like to plug, on the podcast, please feel free to do your thing.
Okay, so people can find me on Instagram as _Miss_Mugasha_love. That's where you can find me. Unbound podcast is currently hanging, but you can listen to the first 2 episodes, which are sexual hygiene and sex as an art and as a game. You can find it on Spotify under gumzo.co, but that's about to change in a few days. Yeah.
What's about to change?
The platform. Okay,
Gumzo.
Spotify, Gumzo. So I'm about to make it more of a personal thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So those are the 2 places you can find me. And in case you want to get any graphical advice, I'm here. I'm a graphic designer, so I can help you. Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you for coming to the episode.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime. So we'll do it again probably. We can do January maybe.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Again? Hopefully
I'm out at December. I'm open to any.
Really?
Yeah, so we can do the
Sawa.
Christmas thing.
Yeah. Okay, sawa. Hey, I got you. Say less. The Kisscapades podcast is your gateway to holistic growth and personal transformation. Together we'll unlock the secrets to living a life of health, wealth, love, and happiness. So make sure to tune in every week. and join us as we explore the essence of what it means to truly thrive. And lastly, show us some love and support in our social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, basically all the social media platforms that support podcasting will definitely be there. Even with the short clips and reels, you can find us there. And lastly, don't be shy with feedback, suggestions, or any questions that you might have in regards to the episodes or our podcast. It's the Kisscapades podcast. Goodbye.